Villa got relegated from the Prem, and since then,
I think he was playing. He was playing for them.
That was all mine doing. That was.
Marcus, you just knock him across the 6-yard box and I'll keep popping them in.
no,
Marcus Rashford has admitted he's thrilled to be at FC Barcelona. He says he's excited about settling in, praising the club's positive atmosphere, the squad's energy, and Barca's style of play. Speaking to The Rest is Football, he said he's motivated to be part of a young, ambitious team, noting that one player in particular has already caught his eye.
Obviously a new experience for me, but just enjoying it all. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
He's looking lean, isn't he? He's looking good. I'm looking at the goods here. I'm a little bit jealous, guys. I'm not going to lie.
You're going to compete? You're going to get...
No, I'm not going to compete.
Here's that. Talking when you just came through the door about how training's changed, because you were talking about how slim you are and all that, and saying that it's slightly different here than...
Yeah, it's very intense, but it's intense in a different way to English football. It's hard to explain because like pre-season, it's been tough. It's been draining. Like after training, I'm tired and stuff. Obviously the weather plays a part as well. But it's not tough in the aspect where in England you'd be doing like loads of hard running. It's more like mini games and possession blocks. It's less rest between each exercises.
More on the ball?
Yeah, more on the ball, and it's more like constant training. So in that way it's more difficult in terms of intensity, but it's easier because you're in rhythm more. It's definitely different, but you know, I'm just looking forward to the season starting really, because you know that's where I'll learn the most, playing against new teams on a more consistent.
Have you got any lingo?
Early days.
No, I'm trying. I've had a couple of.
And it was, I have to say also, it was much easier when I was here, in the sense that practically nobody spoke English, so you kind of had to make do back then. Whereas now, even when I come back now, and I speak Spanish pretty well, if I speak to people, they reply to me in English, which is bloody annoying, because you just want the chance to practice. But I think it's appreciated by the fans if you can say a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's definitely appreciated perhaps in the dressing room as well. They go, oh, he's you know.
But for me as well, it's just part of like the experience of being here.
Yeah.
So like, even if I didn't have to, I'd still want to try and learn at least the basics anyway.
I tried Italian, terrible.
What's the language of the dressing room out here in Barcelona? I just wondered whether, because it used to be Spanish, because people used to say, oh, do you speak Catalan or Spanish? And
no, it's still Spanish. Obviously, a lot of the young lads speak Catalan. But the easy thing for me is a lot of the lads understand English. So like on the pitch, it's just about me picking up on the basics, which I've done quite quickly, to be fair. So
a lot of them would speak English as well.
Yeah. And then there's good like people that are like a bridge. So like Frankie speaks really good English. Jules speaks really good English, and these guys have been here for a few years now, so they speak good Spanish. So on the pitch, it's honestly like easier than what I thought it'd be. But also like football itself is just a language. I know a lot of people say it, but like if you understand each other on the pitch, it's easy to communicate. You get like the general vibe on the pitch. So I've not really had any problems in that way.
I think it's normal when you go to a club, and particularly in the early days when we've moved around, and you normally you find a friend.
Yeah.
Who's your friend here?
To be fair, all of the lads are like, maybe it's because they're all very young, but like...
Do you feel like the old man here? Well, apart from Lewandowski.
No, but you do though, because like you have to think like 27, 28, put it this way, there's more players under 20, under 21 than there is past, 28. So it's like in your whole career, you're probably in like directly in the middle, but in this team, you're one of the experienced lads.
What they like, these young, I mean, they're so good.
Honestly, it's so like refreshing to be playing with them. But yeah, it's just every day they're full of energy, and it keeps you having energy as well. So no, it's good. Like they're all really talented, but the thing that surprised me the most is like how mature they all are. Like on the pitch, they play the game at like their own tempo. It's
so what's like better decision making?
It's just the way that they're developed. It's different. Like in England, you're developed to always show your skill set, whereas sometimes in football, as you know, as you get older, it's not. There's a time and a place to show your skill set. So, for example, if your skill set's dribbling, there's a time and a place to be dribbling on the pitch. Whereas in England and in the academies, like if you're good at dribbling, they just tell you to dribble. Yeah, so that's one of the first things that I've realised, and it's like you look at someone like Pedri, I think he's 22 or 23, and it's like he's actually really, really young, but he's just got that much experience already playing at the, one of the biggest clubs in the world and, playing in some of the biggest games.
Where have you been playing in the pre-season games? So we're doing this just before the start of the season. It's coming up the weekend.
No, just a bit of everywhere really. But I've always enjoyed doing that, especially when you play with so many passers in the team. It's like playing on the right wing when you've got so many passes in the midfield and in the back line. It's different because playing on the right wing is probably my more difficult position out of the three. But once you can just assess spaces, and that's kind of the main thing that I'm trying to adapt to now, because I think the way people defend here is obviously different to in England. So you see spaces
in what
England,
way is it different?
Because in England you have to find the spaces so quickly because of the tempo and the rhythm of the game. And I can imagine it's similar here, but if you do find the spaces quickly, you can really hurt teams. And you see that when you play against teams in Europe. But like anywhere, when you play against teams consistently in a league format, it's going to be different. So it's just adjusting to that as quickly as possible. But it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this new sort of atmosphere and new genre of football. So it'll be good.
The new number 14 also said he's excited to take on the challenge of playing for Barca and believes his loan spell at Aston Villa will help him adapt after a lifetime at Old Trafford. Rashford is impressed by the club's foundation and structure, determined to help win trophies, and feels very welcomed in the locker room. He singled out Pedri's midfield talent for special praise, saying he hopes to learn from the new generation while also sharing the experience he gained during his career at Manchester United. Rashford has hit the ground running at Barca, scoring once and providing 2 assists in preseason. We'll see if Flick gives him minutes in the La Liga opener at Mallorca next Saturday. Barca's board is also delighted with his arrival, believing this partnership will be a success. After all, Joan Laporta has always made it clear he preferred Rashford to options like Nico Williams or Luis Diaz. Speaking of Luis Diaz, German outlet Bild detailed how Bayern Munich successfully secured the signing of the winger, a player Barcelona had prioritized to strengthen their attack this summer. Barca believed they could land Diaz for around €65 million, but by mid-June, the Colombian had already given his word to Bayern, rejecting the Catalans. Sporting director Max Eberl was pivotal, even skipping the Club World Cup to close the deal, offering Diaz a 4-year contract. While Barca focused on Nico Williams, who later renewed with Athletic, Bayern wrapped up negotiations with Liverpool. Left without options, Barcelona shifted to pursuing Marcus Rashford on loan. Now, the Englishman has joined Hansi Flick's squad and is already showing signs that he could be the better long-term choice. Who would you like to see join the club? According to AS, Barcelona and Marc-Andre ter Stegen will continue quiet contract talks until a decisive moment in January. Ter Stegen lost and later regained the club's captaincy after giving into pressure to free up salary space, despite being unhappy. Out for 4 months following surgery, he could consider a January move to secure regular playing time ahead of the World Cup. Since he refuses to take a pay cut or terminate his contract, Barca may have to loan him out to register Joan Garcia, though the goalkeeper could also insist on staying, potentially heightening internal tensions. Meanwhile, Barcelona is racing to complete renovations at Spotify Camp Nou in time for the September 14th clash with Valencia, Hansi Flick's first home game in charge. The pitch is fully laid out, first-tier seating installed, and technical areas retain their classic design. The VIP section is ready and expected to generate €100 million in revenue, a key factor in La Liga salary cap calculations. Reopening will be gradual, with occupancy permits granted as construction progresses. The club must still meet UEFA requirements for the Champions League, after a recent inspection flagged over 200 mostly minor issues now being addressed. The Higher Sports Council, CSD, stated it only steps in during disputes, as it did last season with Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, and clarified that current pending registrations, both for Barca and other clubs, are being handled case by case. CSD President José Manuel Rodríguez Uribes also commented on the potential Villarreal-Barca match in Miami, noting that Real Madrid's request to block it will be reviewed in line with FIFA and UEFA regulations before any decision is made.